At the center of Germany, in Frankfurt am Main, Rodenstcok produces its individually tailored high-tech lenses, Impression ILT. Every new job starts with an order for the lenses from the optician. He has just measured a patient's prescription and fitted the spectacles, and will then transmit the order to us via a modem connection or by phone. A computer-aided entry system ensures error-free recording of the job. A special high-performance computer calculates how the lenses should be ground to provide the wearer with optimum vision. As soon as this calculation has been completed, the job is printed and the matching uncut lens, the so-called blank, is selected. Rodenstcok storeroom employees check the job, unpack the blanks and put the job boxes into the conveyor system. The front surfaces of the blanks, taken from stores, have already been surfaced and polished and are not machined any further in the following production process. They are therefore covered with a protective tape. The first production step is the casting of a so-called block, a kind of high-precision gripping piece for the computer-controlled grinding and polishing machines. The diameter of the lens is fixed in the first machining station. An oval shape may also be required for particularly thin lenses. The blanks with the block must cool down to room temperature before the further processing can begin. The fully automatic store shelf monitors all jobs and their cooling times. The lens now moves into the grinding line for the grinding of the rear surface. The fully automatic transport logistics system automatically assigns the job to the right machines and transports the lenses to them. The surface design individually matched to the specific wearer is now generated on the lens in the computer-controlled multi-axis grinding machine. A computer-aided monitoring system ensures the quality of all machining steps. Specially trained quality teams also work constantly to improve the processes and routines. In this way, Rodenstcok has earned a deserved leading position in production quality worldwide. After the grinding of the shape, the lens is polished to make it optically clear. Rodenstcok has developed its own computer-controlled polishing machines for this purpose, which allow highly complex, free-form surfaces to be processed without error. Once the lens has been polished, the optical axis must be marked so that the optician can subsequently fit the lens correctly into the frame. Marking is carried out using an ultraviolet laser. The engravings it inscribes into the lens are invisible under normal wearing conditions and can only be seen under special lighting. The blocks and the protective tape are subsequently removed and the lenses are cleaned. This is done in a process similar to that of a car wash, just many times more gently. The surfaces of the lenses just generated are checked at the surface inspection workplace. Cleanliness, freedom from error, and correct optical values are decisive for a perfect product and an absolute requirement for the further processing steps. A first coating step is the tinting of the lens, depending on their purpose, from a light fashion tint up to a dark shade for sunglasses. In a similar manner to the dyeing of textiles, the lenses are dipped into specific dyes for different lengths of time. If dark tints are to be applied to sun lenses, a special ultraviolet protection is first applied to the lenses. It ensures that no ultraviolet radiation can enter the eye even with the pupils open wide behind dark sun lenses. The effect can be revealed with a measuring unit especially designed for this purpose. The transmission range of an untreated plastic lens can be seen here. This material is clear in the ultraviolet range. However, to ensure sufficient ultraviolet protection, a transmission curve is required which filters the ultraviolet portion. This is the same lens after the ultraviolet blocking treatment. The transmission curve is now actually below the required minimum values. The dark tint for the sun protection can now be applied. This is also done in a dip process. A comparison with the working sample shows the correct tint. The tinting shop worker makes the comparison and retints the lens until the correct color shade and the desired darkening have been achieved. This is the transmission curve of a sun lens. At the far left, in the ultraviolet range, the curve shows zero transmission due to the ultraviolet block. The lens is very dark in the visible range. The lens only becomes fully transparent again in the infrared range on the far right. The following coating processes take place in production lots. 100 lenses of the same coating type are always put together to form such a lot. The lot is registered with production control and then inserted into the cleaning plant. Ultrasonic baths with specially developed cleaning agents provide immaculate cleanliness, the requirement for the perfect quality of the coating. The lenses are covered with an extremely hard lacquer coating in a dipping bath to make them resistant to scratching. The lacquer layer is baked in special ovens, a process similar to that used in the automotive industry. The lenses are then placed into special metal panels or trays for the application of the anti-reflection coatings. The whole tray is placed into a high vacuum chamber for coating, where a multi-layer film is applied in several steps. The anti-reflection coating provides comfortable vision and an aesthetic appearance without any irritating ghost images on the lens. The very latest technology is also used here to achieve a perfect result. Finally, the finished lens again undergoes a strict quality inspection. Cleanliness, color, optical values, dimensions, surface properties, everything is measured, checked and recorded before the lens is given the yellow stamp of quality. This stamp is a visible sign of quality, but also serves to facilitate the location of the engravings invisible under normal light. The lens can now be packed into a special envelope. This is also done in a fully automatic process. The adhesive label contains all the important data of the job, as well as the patient's prescription, again for control purposes. Rodenstcok can also offer opticians a special glazing service. The optician traces the shape of the frame with a digital measuring device and then transmits the desired shape of the lens to the production system at the Rodenstcok production facility. The automatic edging machines recognize the required shape data from the job number. The lens is provided with a special holder and clamped into the computer-controlled grinder. After the edge shape has been traced, this machine generates the final shape of the lenses, precisely down to 1/100th of a millimeter, before they are supplied to the optician. Once the job has been reported as completed in the system, the job is forwarded to shipping. The delivery note is printed there and the shipping bag is packed with the inserts. The jobs are pre-sorted into special transport containers for the different courier routes before they are taken to the airport by a logistics service provider and shipped overnight. Early the next morning, the lenses are then delivered directly to the optician. The optician can now make up the spectacles for his customer.